Section 1. The High Ground. A view from the summit. The air is thin at 14,115 feet. From the summit of Pikes Peak, you can see the world spread out below. The plains stretch east, flat and endless. The mountains ripple west, a jagged spine across the continent. This view is more than scenery. It is a strategic advantage. It is what military planners call the high ground. He who holds the high ground sees first. He who sees first acts first. This simple truth has shaped the history of this mountain. In 1873, the U.S. Army built the first structure on the summit, a Signal Corps weather station. Early records note a sergeant overslept, missing the first morning's readings, a human lapse on a strategic peak. By 1882, the Army replaced it with a larger building. A small outpost became the first step in transforming a landmark into infrastructure. Section 2. The Signal Course. Eyes on the horizon. Before radio, the military relied on line-of-sight methods. They used flags, smoke, and mirrors. The heliograph reflected sunlight to send messages in Morse across clear mountain air. From Pikes Peak, signals could hop across stations for dozens of miles. In the late 19th century, the Army used this network to track and control movements of Ute and Apache peoples. In 1887, a formal military reservation on and around the peak made the claim official. Access and use shifted from public to military priorities. The peak became a laboratory for modern communications. The seed of networked information warfare was planted on this summit. Section 3. Flashing mirrors and flowing water. Pikes Peak is a watershed that feeds cities, farms, and ecosystems on the plains. In the arid west, control of the mountain implies influence over water. The reservation gave the Army a say in land that sources this water. Easements, transfers, and regulations accumulated quietly over decades. The flashing mirror was visible power. The control of subsurface flow was invisible power. Military and federal needs often overrode local priorities. Possession of the high ground confers power over sight lines and over lifelines. In 1899, Nikola Tesla built a massive experimental station in Colorado Springs. He sought to send power and information through the earth and air, without wires. Tesla calculated a planetary resonance near 8 Hz, later validated as the Schumann resonance. Dismissed for decades, his ideas gained scientific traction in the mid-20th century. Programs like HARP explored ionospheric processes for defense-related research. The line is not direct, but the conceptual link is clear. The high ground extended from granite peaks into the invisible layers of the sky. Controlling propagation in the ionosphere means advantage in communication and surveillance. Just below the high slopes sits Crystal Park, a private, gated enclave. 19th century elites built fortunes in railroads, mining, and land, and shaped regional development. They worked closely with the military, facilitating base expansion and financing projects. A deliberate patchwork emerged: public, military, and private zones. From these enclaves, the elites saw a chessboard. Commercial and strategic squares aligned. Contractors, politicians, and military leaders formed a network that thrives on perpetual preparedness. The mountain became a shared project of private capital and military power. The Signal Corps seed on Pikes Peak grew into Cheyenne Mountain, a fortress in granite. The Army Corps carved out the mountain to build a command center able to survive a nuclear strike. Fully operational in 1967, it housed NORAD. It cost $142.4 million then, over $1.5 billion today. The high ground now meant invulnerability as well as vision. Threats evolved from bombers to missiles, then to cyber warfare and space systems. After 2019, oversight shifted under the U.S. Space Force. On February 4, 2023, NORAD directed the shoot-down of a Chinese balloon, its first ever kill. A 2025 influencer tour signaled new PR, not a new mission, The story arcs from a local watchtower to a global command system. It is a story of land, water, and power. The icon of the West is also critical infrastructure for a forever war. Military necessity can weaken public oversight. Quiet transfers and strategic acquisitions reshaped ownership and influence. Vigilance is necessary. Use public records to scrutinize the official narrative. Who owns the land? Who controls the water? Who profits from the contracts? The mountain is a public trust. Its strategic role does not erase the duty to be accountable to those who live in its shadow.